Welcome back to another video. I know I said that I wasn't going to post anything, but I just came up with an idea to post something. So let's go. But first, before I get to the actual video, let's go to my preseason game. Wow. This thing on? This thing working? Aha. Guess what, guys? It's my first, well, not my first, but the team's first preseason game today. Woo! We get to play the Division II National Basketball League team, Nottingham Athletics. So I'm gonna take you along with me, not during the game, of course, but before and after. And it's probably gonna be a short video because it's just the game for today. But I'm excited. Hopefully y'all are excited too. Let's go. Here we go. We got the kit for the little preseason game. So our warm up tops right here. They say hold on, technical difficulties. Scholar on the back, and we got these bright jerseys. Yeah, you can't miss us at all. Orange with the blue, and also we got KD Trade Fives. I got these joints for $20 at Potomac Mills in Virginia at the Nike outlet store. But these the game shoes for today. About to head to the game now. Let's go. Look, watch this transition. Just made it to the sports center. About to get in there, get stretched out and stuff. I'll see when I'll pick up the camera again because I'm low-key gonna get locked in. Yo, we're official now. We got the camera with the mic set up. We are really official. Darby's in business, boy.
So y'all, that game finished. Yeah, drop a comment to guess what the score is. Yep, go ahead, drop it. And I'm gonna tell you, we won 89-33 against a NBL Division II team. I think we're gonna be pretty good for the season. So I'm not gonna lie, how I did personally, I always feel like I could play better. I know my game isn't perfect and complete, but at the same time, I feel like I did exceptionally well. He was rotating everybody out pretty evenly, so the minutes that I did have, I did very well. I ended the game with about, I think like 12 to 13 points. I'm not too sure. I wasn't really keeping track. 12 to 13 points, plenty of boards, a few steals, maybe an assist. I'm not too sure. I got to watch the film back, and I think I got a block in there too. I don't know. I got to watch the film back for that as well, but pretty well.
We're back now, and now I'm going to talk about how to get more minutes on your basketball squad. I have two guys who are main examples, and they are both from the NBA. We have Josh Hart and we have Bennedict Mathurin. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about each one and what they do to get more minutes, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Our first category is hustle. Hustle wins games, teamwork wins games, communication wins games, but there's hustle. If you're not hustling every time you're in practice, on the court, or even getting there early, that's still hustle. You're not going to get any sort of minutes. Now, Josh Hart is a prime example of hustle players, and let me tell you why. At 6'4" and a guard, Josh Hart was able to snag in about 10 boards a game last year. For a guard, 10 boards is crazy. And in the playoffs, he was only behind Nikola Jokic in offensive rebounds. While rebounds is a part of the game that tends to get overlooked by media and the crowd and stuff like that, it's actually really helpful to the team, and coaches will notice that. Let's take a look at this clip right here where Josh Hart gets every single offensive rebound in this possession until the Knicks get a bucket.
Step back three. Leaping rebound by Hart. Parachutes in to get it, and it'll be hard to the hole. Picked up Hart, three around him. Brunson open triple. Got it.
You can see that his determination and grit led to a bucket in that play. Even though the camera went straight to Jalen Brunson, once the bucket was made, coaches will see that you're out there hustling your tail off for the offensive board, defensive board, rebounds in general. That's one way to really stand out. Another thing about Josh Hart is that he is on the floor for loose balls. Like, take a look at this clip right here.
It's the screen out front, gets to the middle of the floor, actually gets it stripped, but the ability and willingness to hit the deck, not give up on a play, and Dante's starting to perk.
He goes up for a layup, gets the ball stripped from him, and he's on the floor with the ball, fighting it out of Halliburton's hands and giving it for an open corner three. That's another thing that will really show the coaches that you have a dog in you. Now to Hart for his loose ball stats. He had a total of 88 recovered loose balls, which turns out to about 1.1 loose balls a game. So if you ever saw the New York Knicks play, there's a high chance that you saw Josh Hart on the floor diving for a loose ball. These little things like that, the hustle and grit, diving on the floor, being very aggressive on the boards, earned Josh Hart 37.6 minutes a game on average last season. If that doesn't say anything about getting minutes, then I don't know what does. Now, before we move on from Josh Hart, just one more thing. Take a look at this clips, matter of fact, of him just going crazy trying to get an offensive rebound.
Bridges. Look at that. Best rebounder on the team, says Drew Gooden.
Doesn't matter how tall you are or where the ball's at, Josh Hart will somehow tied with Jokic for the most offensive rebounds.
Josh Hart is one of those guys, if you're an up-and-coming basketball player and you're on your team but you're not getting the minutes that you want, watch some of his film, check out some of his mannerisms on what he does with hustling, and do it in practice, and there's no reason that your coach shouldn't give you minutes. Another huge factor once you get on the team is knowing your role and executing your role really, really, really well on the team. Not everybody on the team is going to be your 20 points per game scorer, right? Somebody has to do the dirty work, somebody has to get the ball to somebody, and other people do other little things that the coaches ask. Doing what your coach asks really, really well is a great way to get on the floor, and executing it while you're on the floor is also a great way to stay on the floor. Let's take another NBA example of Bennedict Mathurin right here. Last year, Mathurin came off the bench as the sixth man and averaged about 16 points a game in about 30 minutes of playtime. Now, you may see the highlights of Mathurin, and he's a great highlight player. He's very explosive.
To a cutting Mathurin.
Great shooter.
Turner, he shoots again. Mathurin hits.
Great defender.
A 7-0 run. Yes.
You might see those plays, but there's smaller things that really go more into his role that the highlights don't show. One thing that Bennedict Mathurin does really well that I implemented into my game is running the floor once a defensive rebound is secured. The higher you go up in basketball, the faster the game becomes, and the quicker coaches would prefer to get buckets. Him running the floor is very evident if you search up his dunk mixtape from last year, even the year before, even in college. It's very evident. You can see he runs the floor very well. I'm going to put a clip that you guys have probably seen before of him running the floor and doing an insane dunk on somebody.
Yes. Sarr was trying to make a play and he threw it away.
Oh my, what a dunk!
As you can clearly see, when the Pacers get the offensive possession again, Bennedict Mathurin is out. He's gone. Looking ahead, waiting for the ball. He gets it, and he does what he does best, windmilling on a guy, which is insane. While that is one thing he's very good at, another thing comes back to his IQ, which will also get you minutes. And when I mean IQ is knowing when to cut. If you look on YouTube for a dunk mixtape of Bennedict Mathurin, or even any sort of buckets, a lot of his buckets come off of easy cuts, and he's going through and jamming it on somebody. Cutting and running the floor is his primary role when there's other guys on the floor. For example, Tyrese Halliburton, who, as you guys know, is your starting point guard. So he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, but he'll also find the guys. Another guy who has a big role on the team, which is primarily scoring, is Pascal Siakam, who takes most of the shots. Just because your role isn't the primary scorer doesn't mean you still shouldn't look to score the ball. At the end of the day, basketball is a game of how many points can get on the board, and the person who has the most wins. And if you can't put points on the board, it doesn't matter what you do off ball, on defense. If you can't put any points on the board, you won't get as much minutes. The final point on how to get more playing time and more minutes for your upcoming season is just to be a positive guy. Be the guy that's encouraging everybody in practice, encouraging everybody in games. Be the guy when a teammate comes off the court, stand up. Be the guy if you're on the bench that sits closest to the coach so you can hear input about what's happening in the game and what's going wrong, so when you get on the court you don't make those mistakes and you can keep those minutes when you get on the court. So guys, that is the end of the video about how to get more minutes. Shout out to Tucker Richardson because I kind of got inspired by his videos, and there will be more videos in the future. Game day vlog coming next week. I hope you guys watch it, and I hope you guys like this video. Bye guys, peace.